She was 19 when he promised he would come back for her. They were standing under the old mango tree behind her mother's house. The air smelled like rain. His suitcase was by his feet. "I'll be back," he said. "Just wait for me." She believed him. Everyone told her not to, but she did. And she waited. For 20 years. Daniel wasn't just her boyfriend. He was her first love. They grew up in the same small town. Shared textbooks. Walked home together. Dreamed about a future bigger than their village. But life had other plans. He got a scholarship overseas. A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. "I'll study, work, build something for us," he told her. "Then I'll come back. We'll start our life." They cried the night before he left. He kissed her forehead and made her promise to wait. She didn't hesitate. "I will," she whispered. At first, the calls were frequent. Long late-night conversations. Plans. Hope. Then the calls became shorter. Then less frequent. Then, they stopped. Weeks turned into months. Months into years. No explanation. No goodbye. Just silence. Her friends told her to move on. Her mother gently said, "A man who loves you doesn't disappear." But she couldn't let go. Because there was no ending. No closure. Just a question mark. She dated once. Briefly. But every time someone held her hand, it felt wrong. Because somewhere in her heart, she still belonged to a promise made under a mango tree. As the years passed, life moved on around her. Her friends got married. Had children. Celebrated anniversaries. And she smiled in pictures, but every birthday candle carried the same wish. Let him come back. At 39, she stopped telling people she was waiting. It sounded foolish. Romantic when she was 20. Pathetic when she was almost 40. She built her own life instead. She opened a small bookstore. Adopted a quiet routine. Learned how to live without expecting footsteps at the door. Until one evening, the bell above her bookstore door rang. She didn't look up immediately. "Welcome," she said automatically. Silence. Then a voice she hadn't heard in 2 decades. "Sophia." Her hands froze. Her heart didn't just race. It recognized him. Slowly, she lifted her eyes. And there he was. Older. Tired. Different. But undeniably him. Daniel. She didn't run into his arms. She didn't cry. She stared at him like he was a ghost. "You disappeared," she said quietly. He nodded. "I know." He explained everything. After moving overseas, his father became ill. Medical bills piled up. He took multiple jobs. Then immigration issues. Then a car accident that left him hospitalized for months. "I lost your number," he said. "And when I finally found a way, I thought you'd hate me." "So you decided for me?" she asked. His silence was answer enough. "I never stopped loving you," he said, his voice breaking. "Not for a day." Tears filled her eyes, but they weren't soft tears. They were 20 years of unanswered questions. "Do you know what waiting does to a person?" she whispered. "I wasn't living. I was paused." He didn't beg. He didn't demand forgiveness. He just said, "I came back because I couldn't live with the regret anymore. If you've moved on, I understand." That night, she couldn't sleep. She walked past the mango tree in her mother's yard. It was older now. Stronger. Just like her. She realized something painful but true. She hadn't just been waiting for him. She had been waiting for closure. For answers. For the truth. And now she had it. The next morning, she returned to her bookstore. He was there, sitting outside like he had nowhere else to go. "I'm not the same girl who waited for you," she said. "I know," he replied softly. "And I'm not promising forever," she continued. He nodded. "I'm just asking for a chance to prove I'm here to stay." She studied his face. Time had changed him. But so had it changed her. Waiting had taught her strength. Silence had taught her independence. And love. Love had taught her that sometimes, it's not about how long you waited. It's about what you're willing to risk now. She took a slow breath. "Okay," she said finally. But we start as strangers. A small, relieved smile appeared on his face. Then let me introduce myself properly. They didn't rush. They didn't pretend the past hadn't hurt. They rebuilt. Slowly, carefully, two older hearts learning each other again. And one evening, standing under that same mango tree, he said, "I kept my promise." She looked at him, not as the girl who waited, but as the woman who survived the wait. "Next time," she said gently, "don't disappear." And this time, he stayed.